Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. So it is Thursday. I'm not at work today. And the reason for that is that I have changed rotations again in the hospital. So I'm no longer doing my 5 days a week on community. I'm now back in the hospital working on the delivery suite, which is lovely. Really excited about that, but it also means that I'm going back onto shifts. So I worked yesterday, I worked the day before, and I'm off today, which is just lovely. I think it's been quite difficult in the run up to the wedding, not having like midweek days to do stuff, because you can't really call a supplier on a Sunday and say, look, can we just have a chat about XYZ, because they're going to say, no, I've got family, which is totally fair enough. That said, most of my suppliers have been amazing and probably would have spoken to me on a Sunday, but that's not the point. It's not, yeah. So yeah, I've got days off in the week, which is just fab. So today I'm going to try and chill firstly. But I do have a few odd jobs to do. Excitingly, our order from Papier came. So although we're only having 30 people, we still wanted wedding invitations to go out to them. So they've arrived and they are beautiful. We've gone for like a watercolor blue with gold foiling detail. And they're really lovely. They're really high quality. I will show them to you after they have gone out in the post, probably after the wedding. Just to show you the quality, because they are fantastic. I'm really pleased with them. So my main job for the day is to address and send those. I also have another job for the day. This massive parcel came the other day and I haven't opened it, but I'm pretty sure this is the Bridesmaid Dresses. I ordered them about a month ago, and so I've just got to open it up, check that what they are is right, that they're the right colour, the right style, etc., the right sizes, and then I've got to work out how to get them to the bridesmaids so they can try them on. 2 of my bridesmaids live in London, 1 in Bristol, 1 in Shropshire, so the Shropshire one's easy because she only lives 20 minutes away. The Bristol one should be fine because my parents live in Bristol, so we can drop it to them or get it to them. So it's just getting it to my sisters in London. But I'm going to work that out today. That is my job. I also have to pay a final balance for the photographer and for the cars. So bit of wedding admin, bit of a chill, but it's going to be good. So this is the Cricut Maker. I bought it about a year ago and have been using it for all of our wedding crafting. So I'm going to get it out now because I want to use it to address the envelopes for our invitations. And I will show you how that works. So I've set up the Cricut machine. The system itself runs off an app and a website, so you can have it on your phone or your laptop. And I actually already did all the like calligraphy and the design of the envelopes because I did them for the save the dates that we sent out. So I'm just going to keep the same design. The envelope size is slightly different. So what I've done is I've cut out a bit of card that is the same size as the envelopes because we've not got many to spare. In case it doesn't go right first time. So I'm basically going to make my parents' envelope, but I'm going to just do it on a bit of card and see if it centers properly and things like that with the new dimensions that I've put in, and we'll see how it comes out. So I've just taken the mat out of the machine and it's done it really well. I'm obviously not going to show you my parents' address, but it's done it really well and it's really well centered. So the address goes down to there. So it's really well centered on the card. So I think I might try it with an envelope and see how we get on. So first envelope, and it looks really good. I'm really pleased. So I'm going to crack on and do the rest of them. So it is Friday, I'm off again today. I managed to address some of the envelopes yesterday, finished them off today. There were a couple of people who've moved house since we sent the save the dates, so I had to source their new addresses. But we've done that, all of the envelopes are addressed, and now I'm gonna do the little wax seals that we have got. We actually bought some little wax sticks on Etsy that go in a glue gun, and we bought, again on Etsy, and I will link them below, we bought this little wax stamp that I think you might be able to see, it might be backwards, but it's got our initials and this kind of lovely hexagon shape on it. So I'm going to do the sealing on all these envelopes, and then going to drop some off this afternoon and stick some in the post. I've just coloured in the letters because the Cricut machine only draws the outline, and they obviously look so much better filled in. I'm obviously not going to show you individual people's addresses, but they're all done. And then on the backs, we've just got this lovely stamp. Really, really pleased with that and how that's all come out. So we're going to deliver these. Some of them are going in the post, some of them we're going to hand deliver up here, and some of them we're going to hand deliver in Bristol on our way to the church service where our banns are being read this weekend. Good morning, you guys. So it is Sunday. We've just stopped for petrol. We are on our way to the church where we're getting married, because we are going to a service today. Our banns are being read. So for anyone who's not familiar with the process, when you get married in a church, they basically have to read out your names at 3 consecutive services in the run up to the wedding. In case anyone objects. It's like the bit at the beginning of the wedding service where they say if anyone has any legal reason why these people can't be married, but they do it for 3 consecutive services prior to the wedding. So they were read last week, they're read again this week, and they're being read next week. Obviously the church is a bit of a drive away from where we live. It's about 4.5 hours. So this is actually the last in-person service that we're going to be able to attend before the wedding. It's the last time we're going to be at the church until we turn up on the wedding day, which is really exciting. So this is the last in-person service that we're going to be going to. We're going to do a couple of Zoom services because they're still doing them, which are much easier to attend, but otherwise we just wouldn't be able to make it. So we have to decide how many pew ends, like for the flowers, we want while we're at the church today, and our organist is playing today as well, so we will be able to hear him play, so that'll be nice. But yeah, it's a bit funny because it's going to be the last time that we are in the church before our actual wedding day, which is quite exciting. So yeah, see how we get on. Hello you guys, so it's now Tuesday. Service went really, really well on Sunday. Obviously didn't want to film anything while we were at the church, but yeah, really, really pleased. They've also done loads of work to the churchyard since we were last there, so there's loads of beautiful wildflowers and things which we were really pleased with, and it's a lot tidier, so that's going to be really good for photos, so really, really pleased with that. We also decided on how many pew ends we want in the church, which was one of those things that I think you've got to be there to see where you want the flowers to go and things like that, so that was really useful. And then we drove back. We were so tired by the time we got back because we literally drove down and back in a day. But we got back quite late, and then had a bit of a fiasco with the bridesmaid dresses because they don't fit all of my bridesmaids. So I've had to actually reorder one of the dresses, and I've had to order it from a different website. The fabric is called the same thing, it looks the same colour. So I've ordered a fabric swatch, but I've actually had to order the dress as well because the lead time on it's so long. So I'm hoping that the fabric is either the same or close enough. But yeah, that was that was a bit stressful after a very, very long day. So, and then I was at work yesterday. So today I am on a night shift. So I'm gonna go to bed in about 2 hours. It's about 1:45 now. But I've just been sending some emails. So I've updated the vicar on some of the plans that we have for the ceremony and the things that we want her to kind of okay. I've also been talking to a company called 6 Stories, who I've known I want to use for ages for our flower girl skirts. I will link them in the description. They are amazing. They're so beautiful. And so I've just been talking to them because the measurements of our flower girls aren't kind of, they don't fit with the size chart exactly. So I sent them an email and they've been amazing. So I've ordered the skirts now, so they should be here really quickly because I've ordered them on like a speedy production thing. So they shouldn't take too long, I don't think. So yeah, so I've ordered them, which is really good, big tick. And what else have I done? Emailed the florist to update her on what we decided in the church the other day. Some of the ties and pocket squares have arrived. So it's been a productive day. There's still quite a lot to do, and it seems like Matt and I were saying earlier, it's like that thing where you cut the head off the demon and 2 heads sprout. Like as soon as you do one thing on the to-do list, it brings up another couple of things that we need to do. So yeah, we're just trying to kind of manage that. Equally, the other stress is the fact that the wedding guidance is still not out. So the ceremony guidance has been out for a while, but the reception guidance isn't. It's now the 11th of May. Step 3 starts on the 17th, and there's no guidance as to what's actually allowed in your 30-person wedding reception. I'm not entirely sure how anyone can run anything like this, because there are people getting married in 6 days who don't have guidance. So they're gonna have had to make decisions and just hope that they fit the guidance. You know, things like table plans. If you're getting a table plan made, or if you're making a table plan, or if you're setting up a table plan, that's not something that you can do at really, really, really short notice. And we don't know if it needs to be tables of 6 or not. It blows my mind. Like, I thought it'd be out by at least the end of April. Then I thought, okay, it's gotta be at least 2 weeks before the start of step 3. Now it's less than a week and it's still not out. I'm trying not to get too stressed about it because it's not something that I can control, but there's quite a lot of decisions that need making that I can't make until that guidance is out. Equally, I need to do like a seating plan for the church, which I can do because I know that you can sit in bubbles in the church. So I just need to work out who's in a bubble with who and who isn't in a bubble so that we can work out who's sitting where. So that's going to be a little job for later in the week when I have a day off. Hello you guys, so it is now Wednesday. It is about 4:30. So I had a night shift last night, so I obviously had a bit of sleep today. And then since about 2 o'clock, I've just been doing some more wedding admin. So I had a call with the videographer today, which is really exciting. He's really excited about everything, and it just sounds like he's just going to do such a fantastic job. So that was nice to touch base with him, kind of update him on any changes that he wasn't aware of, and work out the plan for the day. So that's really exciting. The fabric swatch for the additional bridesmaid dress has arrived. It is a slightly different colour, but I think we can get away with it because she's my maid of honour. So I've decided not to stress about it because there's too much else to stress about. So she's just going to have a slightly different shade dress, which is fine. So the dress is ordered, so I'm hoping that it will come relatively quickly. It's got quite a long lead time. Yeah, I think it will come by the end of the month, so we'll have a good couple of weeks after it arrives if it needs alterations or anything, but I think it'll be fine. So that's good. So I think we're actually going to keep the other bridesmaid dresses, so I'll get them back to the girls because I had given them out and then I was like, oh, we're going to have to send them all back. So I've got them back now, but I will get them back to my bridesmaids. And then we're just waiting for this final dress to arrive at the end of the month. I sent an email to the confetti people yesterday, so I'm just waiting to hear back from them. What else to update? Not a lot. The wedding guidance still isn't out, shock horror. There isn't actually a huge amount. I had a read through of the guidance from the previous step, and there isn't actually a huge amount that I think will change. So I'm gonna start kind of thinking about things as if the guidance is the same as in step 2, just obviously with 30 people rather than 15. But obviously because they've announced this week that people can hug their friends and family from next week, I think that there will probably be maybe a nod towards a change in the social distancing restrictions, but we'll see. I'm quite tired today, obviously, because I did a night last night. But that said, I did sleep really well afterwards. So I slept from about 9:30 to 1:30, so about 4 hours, because I had to get up at that point because I had the call with the videographer. But that was really, really productive. So I'm very pleased that that's been done. It feels like we're kind of finalising stuff now and touching base with people. Oh, I meant to ask him when he needs money. He must need some money soon. I'll send him a text. So yeah, it's mostly finalising details and then paying people at the moment. But today is officially 1 month. Today is Wednesday, the 12th of May, and we get married on Saturday, the 12th of June. So it's officially 1 month. So I picked Matt up a Mackey's breakfast on the way home from my night shift this morning, as a kind of happy 1 month to the wedding thing. I think I was completely delirious by the time I got home, but it was definitely appreciated. So yeah, 1 month to go. And I think actually now that the dress stuffs for the bridesmaids is kind of sorting itself, and we're finalising details, I can start doing a lot more of the kind of decorative stuff and making things and buying the kind of perfunctory extra stuff, decorations and fairy lights and things like that. I've got quite a lot of plans for signs, so like entrance signs and welcome signs and table plans. Matt is picking me up some foam boards that are like A1 size so that I can do a mock-up of what I want to do, because what I found is a big A1 acrylic sheet that I'm going to paint the back of and then put vinyl on the front. So I've seen them online and they look really cool, so I think I can probably make something along those kind of lines, which I of course will share. It's really exciting, and actually now, you know, despite all the pandemic-y stuff and the guidance and restrictions and stuff, I think if anything it's made us think a bit more about what the important things are. And the most important thing is that Matt and I are getting married, and actually I think it has made us focus on that a lot more than we maybe would have done. Obviously the wedding is about us getting married, but I think when you have a big wedding, a lot of the focus is on the party and all of that, and actually this has made us focus much more on the personal stuff. So actually it's been quite nice. So yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a bit of an update of where we're at a month to the wedding. I'm sure there will be other videos on wedding prep and wedding crafts and things incoming. I know that I've got some place names and signs and stuff to make, so I will share all of that. So yeah, a month today, I will be Matt's wife. I'm so excited.